Good morning, class. Today we'll be studying another topic in your chapter light, that is colors. So, you might have seen different colors appear from sunlight. This is the best example given in your book, that is on the next page. Can you see? Most of the times, when you see sunlight coming from some glass filled of water, you see these type of colors, right? Or you might have seen from your scale, you can when you let light come from the through the scale and let it fall on some paper or something, you can see number of colors over there. Or in case of soap bubbles, you might have seen different colors. Then if there is some oil spread over water, then also you might have seen number of colors into it: red, green, blue, yellow. Right? This shows that sunlight, which appears white, it is actually a mixture of 7 colors of light. Fine. So what are those colors? Violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. So we write it as Vibgyor. Okay, to remember it, we write it as Vibgyor. I will show you. So another thing that you might also have seen a rainbow, right? Rainbow also, it splits white light into several colors. So you can when you will write these things in your fair copy, you can write this Vibgyor. Fine. So this is for violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. So these are the 7 colors which white light is made up of. Okay, so white light contains these 7 colors. In order to learn which colors are there in white light, you can remember this Vibgyor. Fine. So you can do this activity. It is given over here. You can just go through your book and just see what activity is given. You can do it at home. Then primary and secondary colors. See, there are 3 colors mainly, which when combined in certain ratio can give us white light, and those 3 colors are red, blue and green. So these 3 colors, red, blue and green, are known as primary colors. Okay, so see, it is written over here. Just 3 of the 7 components of white light can produce white light when mixed in equal proportion. Such colors are called primary colors because they can be mixed in different proportions to get not only white light but all the other colors. So mainly these 3 colors can make up white light, and these colors when mixed in different ratio can form all the other colors which you can see all around. Fine, we will see after this only that how different things appear of different colors. Okay, so these are the 3 primary colors. Why are they called primary? Because only 3 colors can make white light also, and only these colors can make different colors when mixed in different ratio. Okay, you can underline this line also. Such colors are called primary colors because they can produce all the colors. Okay, so which are the primary colors? Red, blue and green. Then you can see, if you remember this chart, you have to draw this in your copy, fair copy. Okay, if you remember this diagram, this is very much sufficient for remembering all the things. So see here, This chart shows red and blue when mixed together, they form magenta. Okay. Red and green when mixed together, they form yellow. And green and blue mixed together form a color known as cyan. Okay, cyan. So, and when these three also when mixed together form white light. Okay, that means basically red, green and blue are the ones which mix together form white light. Fine. So now one more thing, these mixing of light is different from the mixing of colors. Okay, those who are very much good in drawing and all will say, no ma'am, red and green mixed will not form yellow. Okay, so yes, if you mix colors red and green, they won't mix to form yellow. Okay, but in case of light, things are different. Fine. So you have to keep in mind, you have to remember this chart, draw this chart in your notebook, and you have to remember these colors, which colors mixed form which color. Okay. So producing colors by mixing light of different colors is called color addition. This process that we mix lights of different colors to form different colors is called color addition. Okay, and is used to produce images in television and computer. Okay, so here it is written also. This is quite different from the way colors are produced in printing, painting and so on. Fine. Now see next topic, color of an object. So why do things appear of any color, whatever they appear to us? So the color of an object depends on the color of light it reflects. Okay, whatever color the object is reflecting, that we can see. Okay, that means if this part of the paper you see it red, that means this part of the paper is reflecting red color to our eyes. Okay, green color, this is appearing green to us because it reflects green color to our eyes. So whatever color is reflected by the object, that color we can see over there. Fine. So a rose appears red. Why? Because what happens? Rose reflects red. Now when I say rose reflects red, that means it absorbs blue and green, because white light contains all the components. No, so it must be containing these three primary colors, all three primary colors. But rose appears red to us. That means it reflects red and absorbs blue and green. Fine. Then in case of a leaf appears green to us because it absorbs red and blue but reflects green. Fine. So whatever color is being absorbed, that is subtracted and the remaining color shows to us. So a rose subtracts the, can you see it? A rose subtracts the green and blue components from white light, while a leaf subtracts the red and blue components. Okay, so this is subtraction of color. So don't get confused. You just have to remember whatever color we can see, that is reflected by the object, and the other two are absorbed by the object. As simple as that. Now, how would a rose appear in green light? If we put a red rose in green light, how will it appear? Now see, rose has the tendency to absorb green, right? We just studied earlier that rose absorbs green and blue and reflects red. Now we are putting it in green light, so it will obviously absorb green light. Then what is it going to reflect? Nothing. It won't reflect anything. If it is not reflecting any light, that means it will appear black to us. Fine. Then if a leaf is kept in red or blue light, what happens? Red and blue light, the leaf was absorbing red and blue light, no? So if it is kept in red or blue light, it will absorb those colors and appear black to us. Okay. Then a blackboard appears black in white light because which color it must be absorbing? It is absorbing all the three colors and is reflecting nothing. That is why it appears black to us. So you have to remember this thing, that whatever color is being reflected, that color will appear. Don't say that the blackboard reflects black color. Black color is not there in white light. White light contains red, blue and green. So you have to tell all the thing in respect of these three colors. Okay. Now see this part. Suppose a sheet of paper absorbs only blue component of white light. Then it will reflect the red and green components. Do you understand what is happening? The piece of paper, let me show it here. Suppose a sheet of paper absorbs, just a minute, absorbs only the blue component of white light. See, so what is it reflecting? It is reflecting red and green. So which color it will appear to us? See in the book, red plus red plus green is equal to yellow. That means that paper will appear yellow to us. Fine. Similarly, if something absorbs green component, there is another thing that absorbs green. That means which color it is reflecting? It is reflecting red and blue, and red and blue when mixed together they give us magenta. Fine. So I hope it is pretty much clear to you all. Okay, they have given you some equation also, that if something is absorbing blue color, so what will happen? White light minus blue will give us red plus green. You can skip this thing. This is a little bit confusing. You can skip it. So white minus blue will give us red plus green, and this gives us yellow. So in this way you can understand which color will appear in